Hey everybody, Rob Cootie here, the MLM Solution. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Today is Monday, June the 7th, and it's currently 10:56 and 35 seconds. Eastern Standard Time. As you know, we go live each and every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you don't mind, let other people know that we have daily podcasts and other platforms, social media platforms, by simply sharing our hashtag the MLM Solution, hashtag the MLM Solution. When you're out and about surfing the internet, you run into our fellow network marketers, please share that with them. Let them know about this information so they can have access to it as well. Maybe they can use it to access this wonderful business model to do great things in their life. And you can be a part of that positive process by simply taking a few seconds to share that hashtag. If you're on our website, themlmsolution.net, please hit the share buttons. And once again, do the same thing. Share our website, our social media platforms, our podcasts, and everything else we bring to the table with our fellow network marketers all across the globe. If you do, you're going to be a part, once again, of that wonderful, positive process that can have a major impact on somebody's life you don't even know. All right, today is going to be podcast number 194, three leaders in a leg. What is it? Why is it important to me? I know we touched on this a little bit a while back, but this is a different episode because we didn't touch on the particular subject matter we're going to be touching on today. So with that being said, join us at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as we take a deep dive into this critically important subject. If you want stability, if you want profitability, if you want longevity, you need to listen to this episode. So please go out there, share it, have others join us live today at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you in a moment, guys. I'm going to hop off of here. Let's see here. There.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello, Miss Marie. How are you?
Good morning. Happy Monday. First Monday of June. Crazy.
Well, welcome back first and foremost. It's good to see that you're back and you're safe. And we missed you last week. We made some changes. As you can tell, the intro's different.
And, I saw that. That was rocking. Woo!
And it's going to be even more. I've got some people on Fiverr doing some other stuff for our intro. And we're going to have a new outro here very shortly as well. You see our new logo that I did?
I did. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of other great things, making changes left and right. Shared some of the numbers with Paul, our mutual friend. He was very impressed, and he's looking at a number of different things that can possibly help us go to the next level. So we got that going on. We got some Fiverr things going on. We got some lead things going on. We got things going on everywhere. So,
we got it going on.
We got it going on. We're ready to go to the next level. And Paul may be our first interview. Isn't that pretty cool?
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Somebody we know, somebody we can relate to, somebody that we know a little bit about their history. I know we don't know everything. So that would be an interesting story. And we'll broadcast that. Once we lock him down, we'll broadcast that. He's in London. So there's 5 or 6 hours difference between us and him. So obviously, we want to make sure that we are considerate when we ask him to join us. So we'll see how that pans out. He may be our first guest. You never know.
Exciting stuff.
Yes. We're moving forward. That being said, Miss Marie, today, as you can see, our subject matter is about 3 leaders in a leg. I know we had an episode earlier, Miss Marie, about this, but guess what? We're going to take a different angle and a little bit deeper dive. Guys, if you want a free ebook today, after the podcast, it'll be available, 3 leaders in a leg. All you have to do is go to our website, click the link, podcast replay, Go there, fill out the form, as we tell you all the time, no shenanigans. You see the 4 critical mistakes there is a free gift, but it will actually be the 3 leaders. That's the reason why it's highlighted right here. It will not be the 4 critical mistakes. I did not have time to fix that. And for the future episodes, I'll have it correct. So I just wanted you guys to know, just go there. You can listen to the past week's episodes. How great is that? And additionally, you're going to be able to get this free gift that'll help bring even more enlightening information about this important, critical business building tactic to you. Free. Free, free. I also, as always, what not to do in network marketing, 146 paragraphs, 146 audio files, and many training videos, normally $197 right now for the next 24 hours. It is a limited time. You don't trust me? Go there. Try it. 24 hours, $47. Instant $150 savings. And on top of that, you are going to have instant access to information that can make you a focused business building machine. And that's not even counting the bonuses. This is well worth $197 and more. But right now, if you act now, you'll be able to get it for $47. Who doesn't love to save money? Everybody does. And on our beta testing, if you want to have a chance to become a beta tester, just go to ineedleadsnow.net/beta. ineedleadsnow.net/beta. Fill out the form. Once again, no shenanigans. And you're going to get the free I Need Leads Now ebook. Gives you a wonderful insight into the type of leads you need in your business to make your business grow and how to keep those leads around. Invaluable information. No one talks about that. And additionally, we obviously talk about the upcoming lead generation system, and you see part of it right there. All right, Miss Marie, we got the advertisements out of the way. Coming down the road as well, Miss Marie is going to be actual how would you say? Commercials inserted into the show. Short little 30-second spots, maybe 15 seconds. Instead of me doing it live. It relieves me of the burden. I just click a button and bam. So those are coming very shortly.
Awesome.
Yep. So that way we don't have to waste our time doing promos. What do you think of that? Pretty good, huh?
I like it.
Yeah.
We're getting all sorts of official and professional.
I know we are. We're getting too polished. We're leaving the mom and pop atmosphere, going corporate. That's not a good thing.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure we'll still be able to mess things up here and there.
Oh, we will. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. And sometimes on purpose, just to keep us honest and real, right?
I know.
My orange juice. Love my orange juice. All right. So with that being said, Miss Marie, how was your trip?
It was excellent. It was very warm. We had a crazy flight delay on the way back, but it all worked out. It's all good. We're back and raring to go. So,
well, good. Did you enjoy yourself?
Oh, absolutely.
Good.
It's always a good time visiting friends and family. Always good to take a break, get away, and rest and refresh a little bit. But I mean, honestly, I got home the first day I was home. I was like, oh my goodness, I need a vacation from the vacation.
I think a lot of us have felt that way. I know I certainly have. You try to cram in as much as you can during your vacation because you're limited on the time you have available, and you want to enjoy as much as you can. And you, out of your spirited effort to enjoy yourself, you end up doing too much. And by the time you come back and it's time to go back to work, you just wore out.
Exactly.
So I think we've all been there. As you get older, you get wiser, Miss Marie. You're like, you know what? I don't need to see that. Screw that. We're just going to do this over here. So we that's the senior, how would you say, the experience of the seniors coming through there.
Well, I'm getting older. I'm not sure about the wiser just yet, but we'll work on that. I
don't believe that. You've always been wise ever since I've known you. So I don't believe that for a minute.
Yeah, wise ass maybe. That's about it.
Well, they could go my way as well, so I totally get it. You ask the wife, I guarantee she'll tell you I'm a wise guy. And sometimes I have to remind her I'm being sarcastic. because I think sometimes I hurt her feelings. And as long as she's been around me, you would think that it would be automatic that she'd catch it, bam. But sometimes I can tell, and I'm like, that was meant to be sarcastic. And sometimes I know I'll go a little bit too far, but I don't mean anything by it. I'm like, okay, you know what? They know my routine. I got to change it up a little bit. So it's not to be mean. It's just to take a different angle,
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they don't appreciate it. And I apologize immediately because my goal is not to hurt people. It's to have fun and laugh, but not at their expense. That's no fun. Right. That's right. All right. So with that being said, guys, we're 10 minutes in, coming up on 11 minutes in. We got all the commercials out of the way. You want to call them that. It's nothing more than to let you know what's going on. And we visit with Miss Marie because we are glad to have her back. We wanted to see what her vacation was like. And now it's time to get into the most important part of the show, and that is podcast number 184, as we said, 3 liters in a leg. And as you guys know, we talked about that a while back. We talked about the importance of it, why you need 3 liters in a leg, but we didn't touch on how you make that happen. We didn't touch on the fact that how you're going to make that duplicate down into the depth of your business. Because look, if you want profitability, if you want longevity, if you want stability, guys, you've got to teach this, because without this, you have none of that. Okay. Yeah, you're going to make money. There's no doubt about it, but you're not going to have big profits, and you're not going to have, and they're going to fluctuate wildly. Why? Because you're going to have people leaving. Okay. And they're going to leave. When they leave, there's going to be big gaps in your business. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, I spent over a year putting this leg together. And all of a sudden, Tom, Dick, and Harry left, and now that leg is almost gone. Okay. And those things can happen. And we're going to talk about how a couple of different ways that you can help prevent that and build what we call the insurance policy. And I think maybe, if I'm not mistaken, if we go back and look at that episode, Miss Marie, we were going to call it Building the Insurance Policy. And
yeah, I think we did an episode talking about insurance and how that works in terms of
width.
Yeah, sustaining your business, really.
Yeah, but we haven't talked about it in depth. And the insurance policy term fits a couple of different things, guys. We're not doing double talk here, because you got to build an insurance policy because we tell you all the time, 3 to 5 legs will create 95% of your income. Well, if you know that, then you want to build an additional 2 or 3 legs. Miss Marie, we touched on that. In addition to those 3 to 5, knowing that 95% of your income is going to come out of those 3 to 5 legs, common sense would say, and guess what? Wisdom would tell you, you know what? I need to have 7, 8, or 9 legs that are, because now let me just say this. You're not going to build an additional 3, 4, 5 legs that are going to produce another 95% of your income. That's just not going to happen. What these additional legs are very strong legs. For the most part, your 95% of your income is still going to come from 3 to 5 legs, okay? And it does vary. No one can sit here and look you in the eye and say it'll be 3 legs. It's going to be 5 legs. Sometimes it is going to be 6 legs. Sometimes it's going to be 4, okay? Sometimes it's going to be 2. It has a lot to do with the comp plan. It has a lot to do with the company, the timing. There's so many variables that it's hard to get into. The comp plan is going to have a major impact on that number. And a lot of times, Miss Marie, the product, how the points they assign to the product, the cost of the product, how many people you have on auto ship is a big part of this. So there's a lot of variables, as we said. And so we don't want to get into the 3 to 5 legs creating 95%, because that's a different episode. But it does tie in, obviously, because what we're talking about is 3 liters in the leg. And Miss Marie, I should have made a presentation on that, and I do have one, and I may put it in a link, guys. If you look in the description box below, after I finish, or we finish this episode, if I have time, I'll put a link into that video so that you can see what we're talking about. How's that, Miss Marie?
I think that's a good deal.
There we go. Because what we're talking about, we have a leg. Each leg is going to be vertical like this. And then if you have 2 legs, there's your 2 legs. Okay. If you have 3 legs, whoops, there's your 3 legs. Okay. And they're all, when you log into your back office, you're going to have a horizontal line that's going to go all the way across your screen. And it's going to have in that horizontal line your frontline people that you personally sponsored. And then you work with those people you personally sponsored. Whatever first third stands up and raises their hand and says, hey, I want to work with you. I need your help. Let's go together as a team. Then you're going to drive that leg deep. As deep as they'll allow you to do it. You say, Rob, how do you do that? Guys, what you do is you get somebody like Marie. Marie's one of the first 10 people I sponsor. Marie has prior experience. She had a taste of success, but she knows she's capable of more than what she had before. So she's like, I'm going to run with this. I got a great leader here in Rob. He's got a lot of experience. I can tell he knows what he's doing. He has the system. You know what? Everything's lining up. Stars are lining up here. I'm going to run with this. And so she raises her hand, says, Rob, will you work with me? And, help me build my team. Yes. Now, that excites Rob. Why does that excite Rob? Because Marie, out of her request to work with me, in other words, she says, look, I want you to do Zoom calls. I'll get 10 people on the Zoom call. Okay. Can you do one next Friday? Yes. What time? She tells me what time. My job is to be there, right, Miss Marie?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Miss Marie's job is not only to be there, but to have 10 people on their minimum. Hopefully she has more. But here's the thing. She brings those people to that Zoom call and is now in Rob's lap. My job is to do what? Music to their ears and let them know and edify Miss Marie. My job as a leader is to come up and say, hey, I've known Marie. She's been in this business before. She has success before. She really wanted to jump into this company because she saw that she could have success on a whole new level here. And I can tell you that Miss Marie not only is a go-getter, but she knows exactly what she's doing. She knows how this business works. Now, am I lying by telling them that? No, because Miss Marie is willing to listen to me. So I'm passing my knowledge on to her, meaning, truthfully, that she knows what she's doing because she's saying, Rob, you tell me to do something. If you tell me to jump off a cliff, I'm going to jump. And if you want it 15 feet, I'll make it 17 feet. Okay, so I know I have somebody that's willing to learn. She's willing to listen and follow direction. She knows because of the way we've talked that she's like, Rob knows what he's doing. Everything he's told me makes perfect sense, and I can see it. It's self-evident that these things he's telling me are true. So I'm excited to have this knowledge, and she's going to adapt it. She's going to be a sponge, and she's going to be like, I know that he's telling me the truth, so I'm going to take it and I'm going to run with it. And so when her people contact her, she's going to know what to say. She's going to know what to do. Okay. And she may be a member of the 5 Simple Steps business building system where she can go in and look at the videos too. So she's got a double barrel, partner here. In other words, me on one side, and she has all the training in the 5 Simple Steps members area as well. So between the two, she is going to be fully qualified to lead her people. Okay, now we do the Zoom call, and we do the Zoom call. Typically, you get out of 10 people, you'll get 2, maybe 3, because you got to remember your goal is to bat 200 to 300. And you look at baseball players and the people who hit the high 2s and the low 3s, middle, and the higher you go, the more you're worth. Okay. And guess what? Our goal is to have a batting average as she starts out in the 2s, the 3s. Okay. And it's just another way to gauge. You use the numbers all the time. If Miss Marie's batting in the 1s and the 100s, in other words, she's getting 1 person out of 10, in the beginning, you can celebrate that. You can say, okay, that's good. But if she gets more posture, she gets more confident, and she knows what she's doing, she knows what to say, her batting average should go up. She should, for every 10 people she's talking to, should be able to get 2 to 3 of those people. And if she really gets good and gets lucky and gets on a roll, she could get 4 or 5. Rarely, Miss Marie, does anybody get 10 out of 10. I'm sure it's happened, but I've never seen it, even heard of it. But that's not our goal. Her goal is to hit a consistent 300. Okay. Now she'll go through 20 people, not sponsor a person. And then she'll go through 10 more people and sponsor 6 out of those 10. Well, Rob, you just said that, no. The numbers, the total number, she went through 30 people. All of a sudden, 6 joined out of nowhere, out of her final 10. That happens, right, Miss Marie?
Yeah. Ultimately, the numbers work out. You can have some anomalies here and there in short spurts for sure, but overall, those numbers are consistent.
That's right. And when you're first starting out, you're going to have gaps like that. You're going to talk to 15 people. Nobody's going to listen to you, okay? Because you're going to realize, because you'll be nervous in the beginning, you're not talking to people 5 and above. You're talking people that you feel that you're superior to, and that's just natural. Doesn't mean you're an elitist and blah, blah, blah. We've said that before. It's human nature. Well, so-and-so will listen to me because they have respect for me. And that's really what it is. You're on a higher social pedestal, if you will, because these people respect you for who you are, and they'll listen to you, but that doesn't mean they're going to do anything. They're not really go-getters. People admire you because of your success, because of your reputation, and it doesn't mean that they are go-getters. Now, people that are 5 and above, people like that, it makes people nervous, Miss Marie. Oh my gosh, I don't want to talk to them. They're so successful. They're part of the community, and they're everywhere. They're in the newspaper. They're here. They're there. And people are like, oh, I could never talk to them about network marketing. And guys, that fear keeps you from talking to the right kind of people. So you'll have these gaps where you'll talk to 15 people, and guess what, Miss Marie, you're not sponsoring anybody. Or if you do, they're not doing anything, right? Yeah. So, the numbers are working out, but they're not working out in your favor because you're not talking to the right people. That's the reason why the scale of ambition is so important, because you can sit down and say, I'm not talking to anybody above 5. Right away, you can pinpoint what it is the problem. So back to what we're talking about. Miss Marie gets her 10 people on there. Let's say, in the beginning, she gets 2 of those 10. All right. It's good batting average getting out of the gate. So what we do is that we immediately work with those 2. Miss Marie says, hey, let's get 10. She talks to those 2 people. Okay. And she says, hey, let's get 10 people. Let's say one of them, Sally. Miss Marie says to Sally, hey, let's get 10 people and let's do a Zoom call next Wednesday with Rob again. Okay. And then she talks to Danny and she says, Danny, let's do a Zoom call with Rob next Tuesday. Okay. And so sure enough, Sally gets 11 or 12 people instead of 10, and Danny gets 8 or 9. Okay. And so now we're talking almost 20 people, and Miss Marie brings 10 more people. Okay. She doesn't just quit because she's sponsored. She's continuing to talk to what? The leads. She has a lead source constantly bringing leads in. So now Miss Marie's bringing more people on. Maybe this time she was only able to get a hold of 6. Okay. But she's bringing more people. So now you're talking to 26 people, over 26 people between those 3 Zoom calls. Okay. Well, really 2, because Miss Marie's going to have people on each one of those Zoom calls. All right. And so now you're starting to work the numbers. And why are you doing that? Why is Rob doing that? Because I'm trying to get under Miss Marie I'm trying to get to Danny and Sally through Miss Marie. And Miss Marie's bringing new people, and if she's still bad numbers, she'll get 1 or 2 of those. And so what will we do? We'll repeat. Guess what? Again, we'll do Sally and Danny, their second ones, and we'll do the first ones for the new people Miss Marie signed up. Now, you say, Rob, why do you keep bringing that up? Because I'm driving depth. Sally and Danny have proven that they're willing to do the work because they brought 10 people. Sally brought 11 people and Danny brought 8 people. Okay. And then they were willing, they got excited. They signed people up themselves. And so now they're willing to do another one. Okay. So they're beginning, hopefully, going to be rising stars. But I really don't care because I'm trying to get underneath Sally and Danny now. And so now I'm willing to do more Zoom calls. Why? With Danny and Sally, because I'm now on the second batch for those 2. Right, Miss Marie? Mm-hmm. And Miss Marie has signed up 2 others, and I'm willing to do those. Why? Because I'm getting under Marie. And I'm looking for leaders underneath of Marie. Maria is showing me that she's a leader. Hopefully she sticks around. Okay. But if she doesn't, maybe Danny and Sally will. And if Marie leaves or quits for some reason, then guess what? Sally and Danny will rise up. Most comp plans allow them to rise up a level or two, and they're going to work directly with me, and I will reap the benefits. So I have vested interest in driving Miss Marie's legs as deep as Miss Marie will allow me, or until the comp plan where I say, Miss Marie, there's no sense in going any further in this leg because we've gone as far as we can. Okay. Now she may have Jeff on another leg and want me to work with Jeff, and that it could go on forever. You don't do it forever. What you do is you train Miss Marie, and here's the key. Miss Marie, as we're getting 7 or 8 levels deep, I'll maybe before then 5 or 6, because I want to control the first 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 or 10 Zoom meetings. Okay. Or if I'm doing local live meetings, if we're both local, whatever. Okay. And then I'll tell her when I'm doing the 4th or 5th one, I'll say, Miss Marie, here's what we're doing. I'm working with you. I'm trying to drive depth into your business because I want your business to be stable. And she's going to be like, wow, that's music in my ears. Great. I don't really understand that, but that's great. I like the sound of that. And I'll tell her why. And I'll pull out a napkin or whatever, and I'll do 3 liters in a leg right there. And I'm going to draw out next to that example that where I'm driving deep in that leg, I'll draw a vertical line, put 3 dots representing 3 liters on various places on that vertical line. And then I'll draw a line, horizontal line coming out, and I'll say, Miss Marie, here's why we're doing this. Profitability, stability, and longevity. And she's going to love every one of those words. And I'm going to say, do you want a consistent income to where maybe someday, if you choose, you're going to be sitting on any beach you want, drinking out of a coconut? Yes, that's what I want. Matter of fact, I want a coconut in each hand. Okay, if that's what you want, then guess what? This is what you got to do. And she'll be like, what? And I said, you got to work with Danny and Sally to drive and get 3 liters underneath of them. Oh, okay. And that's how I get this profitability, stability. And yes, that's how you get it. So I'm going to be stepping away here a little bit because you know how to do it now. Okay. You can go to the members area. You can watch the video, the training videos on how to do these things. You can go back and watch the videos that we've done. And guess what? Just do exactly what I did on those. Use the same word, same approach, everything. Just keep doing it. Oh, don't change it, because then Danny and Sally be like, oh, what is she doing? Where's Rob? Why is she changing it? Okay, they'll be freaking out because they know that what Rob was doing was working. And if Miss Marie changes it up, guess what? We got a problem, right? So Miss Marie, don't change it up. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, I'll stick with the script. I'll do what I'm supposed to do. And Miss Marie, what are you going to do? I don't know. You're going to train Danny and Sally to do the same thing. Oh, okay. That's how you're driving them deep. And Miss Marie's going to go, well, how far do we go? Miss Marie, you never stop. Because see, Miss Marie, when you drive yours 10 deep, Sally and Danny are probably only 7 deep. And they got to be taught to do what? Go 10 deep, right? Mm-hmm. And maximize the comp plan and have stability. So when Danny and Sally work with their leaders are only maybe 6, 7 deep. And then what do they got to do? Drive theirs down to 10. So Miss Marie, it just goes down. Now, Miss Marie only gets paid to 10 levels. Okay. And she's fine with that because what she wants is stability. What she wants is longevity. She wants 3, 4, 5 years of constant income. All right. And this is how she's going to make that happen. Miss Marie, does that make sense?
Oh, it absolutely makes sense. And one of the things I want to tack on here is the importance of recognizing this example that Rob's laying out here is we're leveraging other people's people. Because when you talk about having 3 leaders in a leg and you need 3 to 5 legs to really have a stable, successful business, that's 9 to 15 leaders that you're looking for. Yep. And if you're thinking you need to find personally those 9 to 15 leaders, that can be overwhelmingly daunting. right?
Yes.
But that's not the case. It's, if you notice, as Rob was talking through this example, Danny and Sally were my contacts. They were people I knew that developed into leaders within Rob's organization. Rob didn't have a relationship with them to begin with. Rob didn't introduce them to the business. They came into the business through me. Rob had an opportunity to train within my organization and build up those leaders that he has never met before. So as you're driving those levels deep, while you are still looking for leaders yourself, it's not incumbent on you to find all of the leaders you need in your organization. You're leveraging other people's people that they're bringing in and helping develop their people into those leaders that you need for their organization, which then benefits your organization.
That's right. Well said. I like that word leveraging, because that's exactly what we're doing. And guys, you look, this can be daunting, okay? Because think about it. We talk about sponsor 60 people in 90 days. We talk about 1/3, which is 18 people out of that 60 over a 90-day period. You think you're not going to be working your tail end off? Look at the scenario I just gave you. Do you realize that you could put in the beginning of your business 12, 13 hours a day doing Zoom calls for the multiple leaders, the 18 leaders, that the first third? Now, they all won't come on at the same time. There are times where that will happen, not all the time. You're going to be sponsoring high quality people, but there's going to be a learning curve. And thank God there is, because otherwise it'd blow you out of the water. Look, you're going to struggle with the music to the ears message. You're going to struggle with sponsoring people. You're going to struggle with this. You're going to struggle with that. And guess what? The numbers are not going to be up to par. Miss Marie and I on this show make the numbers sound so automatic and so easy and so simple. Guys, there's a learning curve. You're not going to have, you may be an anomaly, but most of you are not going to have the exact numbers. We have to give you these numbers because these are the numbers you need to shoot for, that you need to be aware of. But you sponsor 60 people in 90 days, and if you're capable of doing that from the get-go, kudos to you, but be prepared, because you could have up to 18 people demanding your time, right, Miss Marie? Mm-hmm. Now, think about it. I just did 5 Zoom call examples with Miss Maria with just 2 people. Okay. Now, imagine, because Miss Marie, when she's on a roll, if she's smart, she's going to run Rob into the ground. She's going to come over to my house and hit me over the head with a hammer and say, get your ass up. We got more Zoom calls to do. Okay. You don't have time to sleep. All right. Why? Because we're partners and we're working together, and I benefit and she benefits. Okay. And that's the reason why we tell you, got to have balance. You've got to get rest. You got to get sleep. You've got to maintain balance. And you say, well, Rob, there's only so many hours. And guys, do you not realize that you're going to sponsor people all across the world? Do you not realize that Hawaii is 5 hours? London is 5 hours. Alaska is what, 3, Miss Marie? Or 4? Okay. Nova Scotia is 8. I mean, come on, guys. There's a world clock here. All right. And Miss Marie, we talked about it before. I remember getting off of work and I'd start at 5 o'clock and I'd be working till 1 or 2 in the morning and stop on purpose and then go to bed and get up at 6 to go to work and put in my 8 hours and then start over again, because I had to go all across the world. I'd start in Texas or California and just start working my way all the way across, and I had a sheet of paper where I had the times written down. So I knew what time, in other words, London was 5 plus 5 hours, Philippines were plus 8 hours. I think it was, remember, what I'm talking about? So Yep. If I looked at my watch, I'd be like, okay. And I would use a minus if they were behind us. But most people don't know, Miss Marie, there's 6 or 7, I think it's 7 time zones in the United States. Did you know that?
When you start including Alaska and Hawaii, yes.
Also, but don't forget, up there in the extreme northeast, there is a different time zone. If you look on the computer, you'll see what I'm talking about. The continental United States has, without Alaska and Hawaii, has 7 time zones. There's 4, coast. It's either 6 or 7, not counting Alaska and Hawaii. Did you not know that?
On the lower 48?
Yep.
No, didn't know that.
when we get off, and I'm sure there'll be people on the podcast that will be going to the computer real quick. But if you look at the time zones of the United States, matter of fact, I'll look real quick, not to interrupt our show. Let's see, time zones. There's I had sponsored people up in the extreme northeast of the country. Let's see here. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me.
You sure you're not bleeding into Canada there?
Let's see here. Well, I'm telling you.
Because time zones are tricky. Because I'm in the forgotten time zone, right? I'm in the mountain region. Most people forget about that. So everybody knows there's Eastern, Central, Pacific, and we get the mountain in between Central and Pacific. So those are the four. I think everybody knows the lower 48 states.
Yes. Well, you know what it looks like. Looks like you are correct. So I was bleeding over into Canada. I apologize for that.
So I was going to say Nova Scotia is Canada. So
yes, it is. Yes, I know that. Yeah. Yeah.
So the one that always messed me up with time zones were the ones where they didn't recognize daylight savings. So you had places like Arizona that doesn't change, and then for a while, I don't know if it's still true or not because I haven't had that interaction, but there was a portion of Michigan and I think Indiana that didn't recognize daylight savings either. So that was always a strange.
Yes, and Indiana's the worst. They are by far the worst. They have, like, you could drive literally, because we have family in Indiana. We go up there a lot, and not to get off track, but what ends up happening is that you'll drive through one county that's connected to the next county, and one of them's on Central Time, the other one's on Eastern Time. And you'll be looking at your watch, and if it's 10 Eastern Time, you go through there, it's 9 a.m. Central Time. So we had to really pay attention to that when we were traveling. All right.
Going back in time.
Going back in time. That's right. Back to the future. All right. So Miss Maria was absolutely correct. I was wrong. I'll have to look at that later because I used to have a map. I literally printed out a map. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm telling you, and it had to have been Canada. You're absolutely right. It had to be. So anyway, on to the show. Now that we have that corrected.
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
There we go. Regularly scheduled program. Because we're going to be bringing this to a close here very shortly. But okay, so now you guys have a visual of how you're driving legs deep. Okay, and 3 liters in a leg. Here's what the reason why this is important. At least 3. 3 is the minimum. I hate even putting it up here. I should put 4 or 5, but 3 is the minimum. And if you tell Marie that, and then Marie tells Danny and Sally, then you get your 4, 5, 6, 7. What you want is multiple liters in those legs, because history has proven that if you have at least 3 liters in that leg, if one of them passes away, one of them gets a divorce and they lose the business in the divorce, they walk away, they go to another company, they get pissed off and they decide they're going to blow up their business, whatever the case may be, or the company kicks them out unbeknownst to you, you have other strong leaders that will automatically go up and fill in that gap. Danny's gone for whatever reason, and he took his 50,000 PV group volume, a month with him. Okay, and guess what? All of a sudden, wow, big time problem, right? No, because you have built a business, a leg that is stable because you have multiple leaders in it. Okay, and 3 is the minimum. But if you do what we tell you here, you won't have to worry about 3 because you'll have multiples. Because Danny and Sally are driving their legs deep looking for their 3 leaders. And they're teaching their people, their leaders, to look for their 3 leaders. And it just keeps going down. The thing is, Miss Marie only gets paid to 10 levels deep. Well, she's tickled pink. Okay. So what is she going to do? Well, she's going to do that in as many legs as she possibly can. And she can't worry about the 3 to 5%. 3 to 5 legs create 95% of her income. because she doesn't know which 3 or 5 legs it's going to be. It's not like the first 3 people she sponsored is going to be her 95%. It could be the first person she ever sponsored, and it could be the last person she ever sponsored. In other words, it could be person number 1, which could be Teresa, and then the last person she sponsored was Charlie, and he was number 60. Okay, that's 2 of her 5 legs right there, and the other 3 legs are sprinkled out within her 60 people that she sponsored. There's no telling where those 3 to 5 legs are going to come from. So that means that she has to be what? A cookie cutter. She has to do it over and over and over with every person that raises her hand, says, Marie, will you help me? Help me build my business. Show me how to make this go. And she gladly steps up, and she's tired, but she only has to do this for 90 days, hopefully, maybe longer, okay? Because if you're new, you're going to have a learning curve, and you may choose to go past the 90 days. 90 days is your target date. It is not a hard date. You can go 120, 150 days. If you're on a roll, we tell you that. What's the guideline? If you're on a roll and you got momentum, keep going. Don't stop. Okay? Okay. Do I sponsor more people personally? No. If you sponsor 60 people in 90 days, run with those 60 people until there's nobody else to work with. That's how you know when to stop your 90-day. Right, Miss Marie? Mm-hmm. That's what you do. You know, and you might be saying to yourselves, well, you've been paying attention. Well, it sounds like you're identifying and working with leaders. Yes. Yes, you are. Absolutely. Okay. Well, that sounds like phase 2. Phase 2 is totally focused, where you do nothing, no more sponsoring. Because guess what? The people that you work with that initially raise their hand, like Miss Marie, is your first third. Sometimes you don't get your first third to raise their hand until your 2nd month, right, Miss Marie? It doesn't happen from day 1. It doesn't happen to the first month. You might be getting frustrated, like, this thing ain't working, you know. And all of a sudden, in your 2nd month, it explodes. That's the reason why the 90-day mini blast, the 90 days, is a soft number, not a hard number, okay? Because really, Miss Marie, if your things don't start happening until the 2nd month, even though it's a calendar 90-day period, guess what? Your 90 days mini blast doesn't start until the activity starts, which is in your 2nd month. You see what I'm saying? That's when your 90-day mini blast starts. That's where things start to pick up the momentum. You're like, oh, crap, here we go. Then that's when you mark your first day in your 90-day, right, Ms. Marie? Absolutely. Okay. So it's not a calendar date all the time. Okay. So you can see how this is a fluid situation, but what will happen is as the last person, you're like, okay, nobody's contacted me 3 or 4 days to work with them, to help drive depth and do this or that, or doing, and you know, all of a sudden 4 or 5 days turns into a week, and you're like, okay, obvious this 90-day mini blast is over. Now I got to immediately start focusing on what? Identifying and working with those leaders. And if you look at your sheet, which we told you how to do, each time you sign up with Marie or somebody else, and Marie signs up with Danny and a Sally, what do? Hey, Marie, when do you want me to check in with you? Rob, once a week or twice a week in the beginning, and then we go down to once a week. When do you want me to call? Friday at 6 p.m. Okay, every Friday at 6 p.m. Okay, we're going to call. We're going to do a review, right? Yes, we're going to go over my business, make sure I'm going to have questions ready for you. Okay, and then you keep doing that until Marie says, okay, we're done. I get it. I have the answers I need. I understand what I'm doing now. I feel totally confident. If I have any more questions, I'll get with you. Okay, good. And she's good to go. I'd never have to worry about her again, right? You know, I'll see her at events. We'll talk every once in a while on a leadership call and all that. You know, you want to stay in touch with them. But as we said before, you don't push them. You don't harass them. She's made it clear. Rob, I got it. Leave me alone. I'm good. Because that's what she's saying. I got it. Okay. That's her nice way of saying, leave me alone. I got this. Don't call me. I don't need the pressure. I don't need, because I'm going to be like her dad. Every time I call, be like, oh, no, what does he want now? What in the world are we going to talk about? Guys, social calls will ruin your business fast. Don't do social calls. Nothing wrong with saying, hey, Marie, how you doing? Oh, everything, we're doing good. How's family? Everybody's doing good. Okay, and that's it. Then you get into business, right, Marie? You don't call for social.
Yeah. Yeah. Try to keep business and keep the personal separate.
That's right. Okay, so why do you want to do this? Longevity, profitability, stability. Guys, that's what you're doing. That's why you want these 3 leaders. I just gave you how you make those 3 leaders happen. Okay. And you want more than 3 to 5 legs. Just remember that legs 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10, okay, are not going to make up 95% and an additional 95%. It doesn't happen that way. Okay. You might be one of those fortunate few who have 6 or 7 legs creating 95%. Does it really matter, Miss Marie? 95% is 95%, whether it comes from 3 legs or 6 legs. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now, the rest of your business is really, it fades into the background and it's sad. But remember this as we part ways here. We talked about the 3 to 5 legs creating 95%. We don't talk about legs 6 through 15. Don't ever forget that those are some of the most important things, because a lot of those people are small business builders. A lot of those people are customers. And if you don't take care of them, you are shooting yourself in the foot. Because if you're making $10,000 a month and 95% is coming from those 3 to 5 legs, and you're like, you know what? I'm getting 95% from these 3 to 5 legs. Screw everybody else. You know, I don't need to talk to them. I don't need to waste my time. And guess what? And all of a sudden you have this horrific thing happen in your business and you don't have all these other people. Your income is going to go from $10,000 a month down to $1,500, $2,000 a month real fast. But if you have those other people, you'll take a hit. Okay, there's no doubt. But you may only go down to 3, 4, maybe 5,000 a month. Okay, and in other words, there'll be a rebound because you'll immediately start working with some. You'll start knocking on doors. In other words, calling people. Hey, do you want to take your business another level? Well, if you don't take care of those people and those people leave, you have no one to call, right, Miss Marie? They're gone. And when your 3 to 5 leave, guess what? You're weak, buddy. You're in trouble. You're in quicksand. It's just a matter of time when you're going to drown. All right. So the point is, guys, don't ever forget legs 6 through 15 or whatever ends up being. Right, Miss Marie? Cannot ignore that. And you cannot ignore your customers. And the bigger business you build, the more important they become. Yes, you're going to focus and celebrate the 3 to 5 legs doing the 95% of your income, and rightfully so. That's a major accomplishment. Well, don't ever forget about the others. And as I said, as we close, I see them at a live event. I don't care if they're ordering one product. I look at them as though they're creating 95% of my income. And I thank them. And I look them right in the eye. And I tell them, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Miss Marie, we've talked about it. You know how many people, 1, 2 product, 5 product people come to almost every event.
Yep. Like
clockwork.
Yeah, it's true. And that's part of the foundation of your organization, right? You can't just disrespect and not pay attention to those who are the smaller business builders and your customer base.
They'll make up a big portion of your income and volume. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, and one last thing, you say, well, Rob, how do you do 95% if they're making up a big portion? Guys, you got to realize 95% of your income includes bonuses. When you got big businesses like that, creating that kind of volume, you're getting a lot of bonuses. Okay, because we've gotten away from the core, which is, the money that's created by the volume, that money being directly put into your account. Remember, Miss Marie and I always telling you, just focus on what you get. No bonuses, no trips. We say ignore that in the beginning. But you're going to get so big, Miss Marie, that you're eventually going to have, there's no way around it. You're going to have bonuses. So a large portion of your monthly income could come from bonuses. So that's the reason why 95% of your income is created from these 3 to 5 legs, because these guys are creating so much volume that you're qualifying for all these bonuses and trips. Right, Miss Marie? Mm-hmm. And the medium to small to customer people are not generating that kind of volume where you're getting bonuses. You may get a few here and there, but nothing like the 3 to 5 legs. So that's the reason why 95% of your income, I just want to clarify that, comes from those 3 to 5 legs. All right, Miss Marie, I think we covered everything. Did we do it good?
I think so.
Deeper depth this time than we did the last episode. We just kind of skirted over it before. But hopefully you guys understand the importance of it, why you need to do it, how to do it now. And as you know, in the training area, in the members area, excuse me, we have training videos about this. So don't ever forget, join our, let's see here. Yep, it's don't ever forget about our 5 simple steps business building system, guys. Look in the link in the description box below. Click on that. You'll see there's a special there. Take advantage of that special and get instant access to our 5 simple steps business building system. We highlight that in everything we talk about. All right, Miss Marie, you got anything to say other than be there tomorrow?
I was going to say tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, we're going to be talking about what happens when you lose a leg. Yes.
Like hearing that.
Yeah, it sounds painful, but it can be, but we're going to talk about what happens, why it happens oftentimes, and what you can do about it. So. All
right, guys, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you then. There it is right there. Nope. What is that doing on there? I have no idea what that was on there for. All right, well, don't forget, hashtag the MLM solution. Share that, please. Help us with the algorithm. We ask you as we close. Take care. God bless. See you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, themlmsolution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.